wanted to ask you about your performance tonight.
It was spectacular, man. Much needed. You could tell it was going to be a special night, just based off how he started the game, and that's what we need, especially when we don't have certain guys in the lineup, and we need that offensive firepower. And he came out and did it on both ends of the floor, so I'm grateful for him, man.
I asked him if he was a little more aggressive with Luka out. Do you think he was? Did you see
I think he just picked and chose his spots and took what the defense gave him, but also, there was a little bit more aggressiveness that, opportunities are there. So I think he took full advantage of them.
42 minutes, and this was your 28th straight game. The team is 21 and 7 games. What does it feel like just to be able to have a long run like that?
For me, mentally, it's kind of like one of those things. I have a phrase in my mind. It's just about time, just getting healthy and being able to put a lot of games together and just showcasing what I've always known to be true is that I impact winning on a positive manner. And when I'm out there on the floor, I give our team a better chance of winning. Not saying I can do everything. I just feel like I can go out there and contribute on the offensive end and defensively, just be in the right spots as much as I can be, and just continue to give positive encouragement to my teammates. It's easier to do it when you're out there on the floor. As a competitor, you want that. So just grateful. All glory to God for keeping me healthy and being able to put a good run together before we get ready for the playoffs.
Feel 42 minutes more now than it did 5 years ago, too?
What do you mean? He said, how does it feel?
2 minutes.
It's just my job, man. I mean, I'm 32, but I'm not about to just say like I feel old up here, man. I feel like I'm at the good place in my prime, and I feel like these games over the last month or 2 months have gotten me better mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and been able to push past a lot of pain and uncomfortability. And I think 5 years ago, I would err on the side of resting, and I think that's probably answering your question, just err on the side of resting if I felt something in my body. But I think at this point in the season, just having a lot of confidence in the work that I put in and a lot of confidence in myself, and I just feel like I'm in a better place mentally and physically than where I was probably 5 years ago, if that answers your question. Yeah. I mean, it's a veteran ball club. We're going against the Golden State Warriors. I've played, I don't know how many games I've played against the Golden State Warriors at this point, but it feels like a lot. And we've matched up over the course of my career, and they've been very tough games. And we know what they're fighting for. They know what we're fighting for. So coming into tonight, I think a lot of the guys on the court playing tonight felt, we had something to prove, especially, we had a wire-to-wire finish in Golden State. And then coming here, it's another wire-to-wire finish. That's what it's supposed to be. When you're going against a veteran ball club that has a high IQ, that's going to challenge you defensively, it's going to get on transition, shoot a bunch of threes, talk a little, ish to you and get you going, and it just only makes you better. So I thank those guys after the game, for getting me better. That's all I can do. It's just gets me going, man. Going against those guys at times, and they're just special players, man. And I have a ton of world respect for them. I mean, we needed it, man. It was necessary. And again, when you're talking a little mess out there, it does get a little physical. But we're just trying to prepare for them better than we did when we were in Golden State.
Kyrie, you guys have won 13 out of your last 15. What does it say that you can win the game of this magnitude without them?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely felt like one of those games that could have gone either way, just because of the emotions, and physically you have every excuse in the world to throw out there. We played last night. They played last night. We're all tired, but we didn't, and we were down a few guys, and I think we had that next man up mentality, and again, it got to the wire, and it could have gone either way, but I'm glad we pulled this one out. We got timely stops. We got some big defensive rebounds. We trusted each other to make the right plays. I had a few too many turnovers tonight, crucial turnovers, even though we had 17 tonight. So I think that kind of tells you, the tail of the tape. If we take care of the basketball against good teams, then it's going to be even tougher to beat us. But when we turn the ball over, and especially me being the head of the group, it makes it a little harder to at least create some separation throughout the game. So,
How do you keep this ball rolling?
just not overthink it. just be basketball players, man. Have fun with the game and lock in and focus in.
Nico really prioritized athleticism in trying to build this supporting cast around you and Luka. You look at the other three guys in the starting lineup with you guys, all really high-level athletes. What has that jolt of athleticism done for this group and kind of the fit with you guys?
I feel like, Nico did a great job just putting this team together, especially where we are in this late in the season. And I give a lot of credit to him as well as Jay Kidd. Those guys have been doing a lot of work. All of our management coaches have been doing great work. And then us as players, it's exciting when you get guys that are still scratching at their potential. And right now we say that they're athletic guys, but my goal is by time I leave this league that I can look down at my teammates and say that they're complete players, and they do it on both ends of the floor. They can catch and shoot, they can drive, they can make passes, and we're just a complete team. So they have the intangibles, and they're showing it. I think if we continue to encourage one another, then we'll be in a better place at the end of the season. So right now we're just taking it one day at a time and playing to each other's strengths and knowing each other's weaknesses and really just trying to get each other better before the playoffs.
It seems like you built a good connection with Daniel Gafford and handoffs, with him finding you when you counter top blocking with back cuts.
Mhm.
Just your timing in general. What has helped you develop that? What do you like about that?
I mean, you saw the way I was getting guarded. Yeah, it was like with Gary Payton Jr. or Gary Payton II, and there's a level of chess that gets played, and you want to be on almost like a synergy with your big, be able to place the ball in certain areas, especially if guys are aggressive when you're coming off those dribble handoffs. So I do my best to set up my defender and come off and be physical, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but developing that chemistry and that synergy with Daniel Gafford has been top-notch, has been top tier. I have a similar connection with Derek Lively as well. Those guys are better passers than they get credit for. So if we can continue to play through them at the elbow or in the middle of the paint or throw it down to them and they can continue to make great plays and get assists, then that's what we want to continue to do.
I know you're always going to play hard, but when you went up against a guy like Stephen Curry, over the years, is there a little extra motivation, or you just approach it?
I mean, it's not a one-on-one battle between me and Steph, man, as much as fans make it. And I don't know how long that conversation is going to probably continue until he retires or I retire. And it's this comparison. He's a point guard. I'm a point guard. He's won 4 championships. I've won 1. We, played against each other in the finals a few times. He has the winning record. So, I mean, for me, I just show respect to guys like that. And he's put in a ton of work in our league, and he set the bar for a lot of us point guards of where we want to be. We're still chasing his legacy, sort of say. And I mean, it's just inevitable as a competitor to want to play well against somebody like that. He brings the best out of you. He's going to come in and do his Steph Curry things. He's going to wow the crowd. He's going to get them going. And I think for me, I've just tried to take some of his strengths that he does well and incorporate into my game. And I'm sure he's taking things from me, and we just learn from one another. And it's that mutual respect. I don't know if we'll ever give the fans what they truly want in terms of out of our matchups, but it's just exciting to be in the league with a guy like that and see him just break records every night, or not every night, but dang near every season. And I'm still trying to scratch at this 50, 40, 90 season this year, and I think he's done it once or twice. So it's easy to sit up here and kind of say negative things about a guy like that, but no, it's all positivity. And when we get on the court, we're gonna go at each other, and that's the way it should be.
I seen Draymond had his head towards Tim. Tim was driving, and I just tried to be. I thought he was going to shoot it, so I just tried to go in and get a rebound. And he passed it to me, and I just tried to make a play and win the game.
Is it nice to get a game-winning layup that actually stays game-winning?
Yeah, about like 5 people came up to me, and all they were talking about was Cleveland. The same thing happened literally. So I'm just glad we got a win tonight and close this one out.
You learned how to celebrate with second.
Yeah, no, definitely for sure.
You hit 3 threes there early in the first quarter. How good was it to get in that groove early to have you extend that throughout the course of the game?
It felt good. Obviously, I haven't really been making shots as of late, so for me, just to see him go in is a great confidence booster. And, credit to all my coaches being in there with me every day and getting the work in. So I'm just excited that we got a dub tonight.
DJ, were you a little maybe extra aggressive today defense focusing on Kyrie with Luka out?
Definitely. I try to pick and choose my spots and just try to attack early and often and put pressure on them.
Was this your best game since getting to Dallas? I don't even know if you look at your games like that, but would you say that 32?
Offensively, yeah, for sure, definitely. I feel like defensively, I could have been a little bit better. I thought I turned the ball over way too much, but it is what it is. I'm just glad we got to win. So feels good. Can't wait to go home and get some rest. So
We had 5 steals.
yeah, before turnovers, so it evens out.
So you spent some time playing the 5. What do you like about that spot?
I love it. I mean, I feel like I'm a mismatch at that spot. Usually, early in the season when I was in Charlotte, I had a lot of bigger guys playing me at the 5, so it felt easy for me to score and play make in that position. So I'm comfortable playing that position, and I'm comfortable playing whatever coach put me in. So
What does that say about your team that you can win a game of this magnitude without your best player?
that we fight. I mean, no matter who's on the floor, we're gonna fight to the end, and we're resilient, and we stay together the whole 48 minutes.
How you feeling? Seemed like you were on the floor a lot.
Yeah, it was a bit of a battle today, but I mean, I expected that. Just with the guys that we were playing, so it's all good.
What was your reaction to watching the final play?
I mean, we executed it perfectly. Tim came down, made the right play, passed it to PJ, and he finished it. So, just excited, in all honesty. And then down to the play where we got the last shot off, it's just fingers crossed that they missed it at the end of the day. Clay's a great shooter. It was a bit scary seeing him shoot the ball right there.
What does that say about your team, Daniel, that you can win a game of this magnitude without your best player?
I mean, it just shows that we have a lot of depth. At the end of the day, we got a lot of guys hurt, but at the end of the day, it's just guys have taken that step up, just came out and just played. No matter just what the situation is or what adversity that we're facing, we found ways to get through it as a team. There is frustration, there is obstacles, but we get over that as a unit.
Was it as physical out there as it looked?
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you think about PJ's performance?
Oh, great night for him. I felt like from the beginning of the game, he was on it. And just seeing him just get downhill, make the shots that, he works on a day-to-day basis, I only come to see just, what type of player he is at the end of the day, especially on the defensive end, not necessarily on the offensive end. But, I didn't even know he had 32 until after the game. I was like, oh, my God.
What has he done defensively that stood out to you as impressive?
I mean, just really being aggressive. In all honesty, he's out there guarding some of the best players in the world. So at the end of the day, he just has to have a chip on his shoulder and just go out there and just have that level of aggression that, nobody's going to get past you, and then always just being there for the next person. He's out there guarding, like I said, some of the best guards, some of the best forwards. At the end of the day, we always just make sure we have his back. But, necessarily just like on the back line of the defense, I just see a lot of things that he does that really just helps us defensively. He gives a lot of energy on the front line. And then if anything gets past him, most of the time he's recovering trying to get a block shot too. So.
I think he was the guy who started the sequence that led to your lob dunk.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, just at the end of the day, it's just, having energy in just like the defensive end, just turning defense into offense, and that's kind of like what most of the guys did tonight. There was a couple of shots that we missed, but we didn't really just hold our heads with that. We just kept playing basketball.
And then one other perimeter defender, Derek Jones.
Mm-hmm.
How impressive is it watching him guard someone like Steph?
Very impressive because even just one possession I guarded Steph and I was tired. He didn't even move halfway across the floor. That's insane. Just for him to be able to move just as much as that throughout the span of a game, and seeing him be able to come out play after play and be able to do that consistently. I mean, props to him because that's one of the greatest shooters in the world because of the simple fact that he just moves around the floor nonstop. He has a motor out of this world. And for him to be able to stick with him, it goes back to saying, I don't know who said it. I forgot who said it, but they were talking about Dellavedova guarding. It was like he almost died, and that's real. So it's just, I give him his props because of the simple fact that, he's got to run through screens, he's got to run around the floor. It's just a lot of stuff when it comes to just like all the actions that are thrown at us. So,
What do you guys got to do to keep this train rolling Sunday against Houston?
I mean, just pretty much put our next foot forward. You know, it was a lot of stuff that, of course, you know, we showed out there that we could, of course, improve on. But in all honesty, we just stayed with the game. So just really just staying with, you know, what we got going, just like the energy that we have going on this, you know, little win streak that we got. We just have to put our next foot forward, keep moving forward, because the next game is the most important one for sure.
Daniel, your rebounding was such a big difference maker for this team since you came here. How much pride do you take in rebounding?
I take real big pride in it for sure. You know, like the last couple of games, I haven't really just been, you know, my best on the defensive glass, offensive glass. So tonight, I just wanted to kind of, for sure, just like take that next step to just push myself to be able to just go for rebounds. In all honesty, you know, because I wanted to be one of the best in the league when it came to it, and I can't, you know, be one of the best in the league if I don't go for them. So just really just making sure my motor's turned on to be able to come out and just grab boards and protect the basket too.
Nathan, could you take us through that angling and basketball PJ?
Yeah, I think just understanding Kai is the focal point, and we wanted to make sure he touched it. Just to expect that they were going to double team, and I thought Kai trusting his teammates, accepting the double team, and we got them a little spread out. And Timmy drives it, and just the trust of Timmy passing to PJ. We've seen this before. PJ, you know, being able to catch and finish. He did it in Cleveland. He does it again tonight. I thought PJ was great for us. He stepped up offensively and on the defensive end. But Timmy makes a heck of a play, and then, you know, PJ does the rest.
How impressive was PJ overall?
He was good. He was good on both ends. He stepped up offensively, and then on the defensive end, he's been doing it for us all season, you know, since he's been here in the trade. So, but we needed someone to not be Luka, but be able to give us some points, and I thought he did a great job of just rhythm, catch and shoot, or putting the ball on the floor. And then we played small, so his ability to roll and catch and finish was big tonight for us.
In Charlotte, he was coming off the bench. He wasn't shooting well. He was kind of the offensive focal point. You know, that was a struggling defensive team. How, in your conversations with the front office, you know, when you guys traded for him, what did you see that you thought he could be this sort of player for Dallas?
Yeah, you know, I think when you talk about the front office, Nico has the blueprint on everyone. You know, he was at Nike. Everybody wants to wear the swoosh. So he's known a lot of these kids since they were 13, 14 years old. And I think they said it in the press conference that he can play defense. And that's what he did at Kentucky. And so just going into the trade, we felt that that's something that we missed was a big wing. He fit the profile, and he's done the work. Again, we've talked, or you guys have talked about the shooting, and it's going to come. It's just a matter of time, and you could see that tonight with Luka out. He stepped up. I thought he made a big three when they were on their run at the top of the floor, at the top of the key. So, but he was big, and we're going to need him to continue to do that.
What do you think of the minutes with him at the 5?
He was great. Just being small. Again, one of his strengths, I think, is his short game. Just being able to roll and play make and being able to find guys. He did that in San Antonio, you know, with the pick and roll. They double teamed. He rolled. He made the play to X him for the three. And so just his ability to pass and understand the moment is, you know, we trust that, and his teammates trust that.
Kyrie's played 28 games in a row. You're 21 and 7. How big is that for you?
Yeah, I think when Kai's on the floor, it gives us a chance to win. You can see the trust that he has in his teammates. You can see the trust in his teammates with him. It's a beautiful thing. And so our goal right now is to keep him healthy, to keep him on the floor, and that gives us a chance to win.
It seemed like tonight, specifically, Golden State was obviously focused on him with Luka out. And Kyrie kind of just took what the defense gave him, wasn't overly aggressive. Can you kind of just assess his performance tonight?
Yeah, he's learning to be a point guard. That's a joke. Just looking at, there's a tough room. Just his ability to play the game the right way, that's what he does. And he takes what the defense gives him. He's very unselfish. He's going to give the ball up because he creates a problem. There's two on the floor. His shot-making ability is one of the best in the league. And he plays the game the right way. And so when you play the game the right way, good things happen. And you can see that right now with Kai. With Luka or without Luka, you know, he did the same thing in Oklahoma City when without Luka. We just had a couple turnovers, but his ability to trust and uplift his teammates at a high level is rare in this league, but he does it, you know, on a nightly basis.
How well was the ball moving tonight? You had 30 assists on 40 field goals.
Yeah, we played different tonight, you know, and that's just the beauty of this team. We can play or pivot and play differently. We can play at a higher pace. We can slow it down. We can run a lot of pick and rolls, or we can run different things. And you can see without Luka, we didn't have, you know, just a steady diet of pick and rolls. We can do different things, and that's the nice part about this team is that they can pivot and play different with injuries. And so, hopefully, as we get healthy, we can continue to do that.
To continue with that, talk about how it was seeing that everyone being active, like whether it was going for rebounds or going for steals, make sure that the ball always stayed in position.
Yeah, you know, I think Timmy came up with a big rebound, defensive rebound, came back and fought, you know, got it from Green. We were small, and so just understanding how important it is to come and help and protect one another. I thought we did that on the defensive end. When we weren't scoring, we got stops when we had to, and that's been, you know, the theme here of late is that if our offenses are going, that we're going to play, you know, defense at a high level, and I thought we did that tonight.
What makes Derek Jones so good at guarding someone like Steph?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone block Steph's jumper, but he's been up for the challenge here of late. He loves that challenge. We ask him to do that on a nightly basis, take on the best wing or point guard, and he never complains. He goes out there and does his job. But, you know, here of late with Steph, it's kind of a playoff series. We just played him twice here in 4 days, so he just tries to make it tough. Steph is one of the, if not the best in the league, and you can see that where he got the three at half court. But just I think his length and his ability to just keep coming, his determination to try to make him not shoot a three was at a high level here in this little series.
You obviously don't want to let Steph get another look on the last result.
No way.
What do you think of the execution defensively in that possession?
Got lucky. Because the next guy who shot is just as not just as good, but as good when you talk about Clay. So, but maybe the clock. I thought Kai did a great job of going to hit Steph, because once he gets into his package, it's going to go up, and you can't stop that. So to make him a passer, that helped us win the game, and then hopefully the clock was in Clay's mind of that he had to rush it, that he didn't get a chance to take his time. So we dodged a bullet there.